Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Please board quickly and safely. Our monorail will be departing momentarily. Thank you.
Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on ResortLoop.com. I'm your host, Tim Scott.
And I'm Bob Collar.
And you've joined us for Unlucky episode number 13.
Ooh. Cue the scary music.
Okay, 1 second.
Ooh. Hey, before we start with the episode, though, can we give some shout outs here?
Absolutely.
I noticed that on iTunes, Cellular Hound gave us a good review.
Yes, he did.
Some great encouraging words, so we appreciate that from them.
Thank you very much.
Very much. The iTunes thing, we don't know how that works.
We're not sure why everybody asks and begs for positive reviews on iTunes, but we think it must be very important.
Yeah, and we'll take any of the encouragement that you guys can send us. So
that's right. So please head on over there and do the rating review thing and
right. Please
share the love because, like I said before, I'm very needy.
I don't know what it means, but please. We also had a couple of great pats on the back from Safari Mike and Jennifer on Twitter.
Yes.
So thanks for doing that. We've been tweeting our little fingers off.
That's right. The phone's been getting warm, as I said before.
My eyes have gone cross. And you had one from our website, ResortLoop.com, didn't you?
Yeah, Gary on the website, ResortLoop.com, left us a nice little note. It says, like your show, guys. Apparently, we're not quite to the love section yet, but we're working it. Like your show, guys, I have a question maybe you could answer. Annual pass holders now have the option to get RFID passes from March through May. If I'm not going to be in Disney at that time frame, how can I replace my paper pass with the RFID? I called Disney and they had no answer. I also heard you say about transportation cards given out to kids who ask. My twin daughters found out that they also give driver's licenses at Tomorrowland Speedway if you ask. Take care and waiting for your next podcast. Well, thank you, Gary.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gary. I appreciate that. First off, I didn't know they gave driver's license at Tomorrowland either.
I think I remember getting those like when I was a kid, so I'm shocked they're still doing that. That's fantastic.
That's very cool.
That is awesome.
Now, I don't have the information. You are the guru of the RFID, I believe.
Well, I'm not necessarily the guru, but I did see where he was talking about they're going to be converting them for you at the Odyssey restaurant or former restaurant over in Epcot.
Over in Epcot, yeah.
And then I saw a picture of them online where the new pass is going to be, it looks like a little more of a plastic credit card look to it.
Oh, okay. Almost like a room key.
I think so. That's what it kind of looks like here. Subject to change without notice. But if you look on it, it has the little logo of the Mickey head with the circle around it.
Oh, okay. Like the entry gates.
Yes, with like those illuminated entry gates. I guess they blink or click or tase you or something when it accepts your, it says you're valid to go in the park.
Don't tase me, bro.
Don't tase me, bro.
And no word though about the bracelets. That seems to be only for resort guests at the time, right?
So far, I've not seen anything saying the general public can get it, but I'm sure once they are able to get resort guests to get those, they'll make that more widely acceptable.
Right.
Widely available, I should be saying.
Yeah. But that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that maybe after they're going to see how this transformation goes, with the through March through May.
Right.
And then maybe it'll be available at the guest services of all the parks before you go into the individual theme parks.
Yeah, that would make sense. That seems to be the way that they will probably go.
Because it seems a little odd that they would be doing it at the Odyssey and nowhere else. I mean, if you're going to the Magic Kingdom, you'd have to go to Epcot first. I don't know.
Right. Well, but then again, if you have annual passes, you probably don't really care where you're going in. You can go in anytime you want. So
that's true. Then
that's probably what they're thinking.
Yeah, they know you're going to get there eventually.
Right, and they haven't used really that building for anything other than parties and stuff, I believe.
Yeah, special events.
So right, yeah. So
probably checking out software and the computer, and probably only want to have it going at one location until they get it ironed out, I would guess.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, very good.
Yes.
Cool. And Gary, thank you so much.
Yes.
Keith and Jennifer and Cellular Hound, thanks for all the good words. Appreciate it, guys.
Yes, we do. We appreciate it.
So now on to our episode 13.
Ooh, there it is.
I'm scared.
There it is again.
I'm frightened.
I am too. Hold on.
Well, we got some great response from that. How about I let you go first, and then I'll wrap up with one I got.
Okay, sounds great. Well, I got this through the Facebook page from Keith Brown from Mogadore, Ohio, who says, amusing story. I was at Walt Disney World in mid-August. I'm 300 pounds, so it's hot and I sweat. I had a towel in one back pocket and a water bottle in the other, walking through security at Hollywood Studios, when an older cast member yelled at me from across the turnstile, Hey, sir. I turned around. She says, what's in your pocket? I said, a water bottle. She says, no, the other pocket. I pulled out a towel and showed it to her. She just scoffs and goes, next time, pull it out so we can see it. I really didn't know what to say. That's what he did. He put LOL. I hadn't seen any issues before that or after with my dangerous towel.
Okay. I'm not even gonna go near that.
No,
last
me either.
part.
Me either.
But can I just say, the very first sentence where he says it was mid-August.
Yes.
And it's hot and I sweat. I don't care if you're an 80-pound Victoria's Secret supermodel. August in Florida, you're sweating.
Yes.
I don't care how big you are or how small you are. You're sweating in mid-August. So
I carry a beach towel in my back pocket and I wasn't getting caught by security.
I need one of those sweat or shop vacs that takes the water. Yeah, just stick it right in my under my arms. I'm good. Yeah, it's hot there, and that's maybe this cast member. Maybe they work for TSA. I don't know.
That could be their first day.
No.
They're trying to impress supervisors.
We like TSA again.
And that wasn't a hotel towel, was it? Because that's a whole other level of security if you're taking hotel towels.
Oh man, Keith, I'm sorry about that, man. That's a little bit odd. Maybe she was afraid that you were going to run around the park, towel snapping people like in the locker room. Hey, that could get dangerous in some of those lines.
Someone could lose an eye.
Oh my gosh! Well, Keith, thanks so much. That's a great story, and a little odd that they're going to come down on you for a
towel, right,
in your pocket. So
hidden security was following you around the park the rest of the day. You probably saw him back there.
Yeah, really. What is that all about? My goodness.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Keith. Another fellow Northeast Ohioan. That's fantastic.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I got one from Rebecca, who I believe she's out of Florida on Twitter. She sent me an email off of Twitter. She's one of my Twitter followers.
It's a tweet.
Tweeters. She's a tweeter. She says back in 2005, she was pregnant, and her husband and her went to the Magic Kingdom, and they wanted to stay for the Spectro Magic Parade. It was raining off and on all afternoon, and as the parade was getting ready to start, it wasn't raining, but it was sort of on the wet side. So they staked out their place in the crowd. It wasn't too crowded, and they were standing on the curb. And as they were standing there, of course, and we've talked about this, many, many more people came, and it started to squeeze in. And she says that I was kind of a parade newbie, and what hadn't occurred to me was that it would be so tightly packed, and that being pregnant, I'd suddenly get a bad case of claustrophobia.
Oh, yes.
I have had that feeling, and I've never been pregnant. So she says, since we couldn't see and I was uncomfortable, I decided we should just try to get out of the crowd. Unfortunately, there wasn't room to do this. And of course, a ton of people were breaking the don't stand on the wet railings rule. But to be fair, I was breaking the don't walk around during the parade in the dark rule. And ultimately, we bumped into a family from, I believe, Germany. The parents were up against the railing, and the kids were standing behind them on the railing, holding onto their shoulders. We bumped them slightly, and one of the kids skidded but didn't fall. It was a tense moment. So the father went off on me.
Oh.
She puts in quotes, "You can see there's no room. Why are you pushing us?" End
right.
Quote. I don't remember my response, but I believe I apologized, but I also defended myself. He called me, get this is harsh. He called me a cow.
What?
Yes.
Get out.
And listen, no, it gets worse. And at one point pushed me in the shoulder, at which point I said, "Do not push me."
No.
And he said he hadn't. Then my husband seemed about ready to beat him up.
Yes. Break out Donkey Kong, because it's on at that point. Yeah, I said it.
The offender's wife tried to calm things down just half-heartedly. At this point, we were wedged into the crowd, and there was no way to move anywhere. So my husband and claustrophobic, slightly nauseous, pregnant not me, but Rebecca, had to stand there in tense silence right up against the angry German and his family until the parade was finished. I didn't see a thing and spent the whole time trying not to cry due to pregnancy and hormones. When the parade was done and the crowd was beginning to thin, I turned and I managed very evenly and politely to say, again, I am very sorry that I bumped into you, and if there was any danger to your child, I apologized. Very nice.
Yes.
His response to this no-strings-attached apology was to beat me over the head with it. He began, "You could see there was no room. Why did you?" At this point, I had had enough. So I said, "Sir, I apologize to you 3 times now. There is nothing more I can say, nothing more I can do, and no one was hurt. Can you let this go, please?" Fortunately, this got through to him, and he mumbled, "Okay, yes, thank you." And we all went on our way. This is what's so sad. Unfortunately, one of the things about being pregnant with me was that I cried at the drop of a hat, and once I got started, it took me a while to manage to stop. This was an extra magic hours night, so my husband and I planned to stay late, and as a result, I spent the next hour or so crying uncontrollably, and then cried off and on for another 2 or more hours. She says it was a long time before I did a parade again after that, especially an evening one. I know this was partly my own fault for misinterpreting my ability to bear a crowd, but boy, I did not expect to be browbeaten by an angry parent.
I'll tell you, I don't understand what goes wrong with people at these Disney parades.
Well, and again, we've talked about this in the past.
Yes.
This is going to be one of the good parts about the whole Fast Pass Plus is if you can get reservations. You really want to see a parade.
Yes.
You can get reservations where hopefully this kind of thing won't happen because you'll be in a specified area.
Sign me up.
Yeah, because it's not because of mean people, but because of those crowds. We tend to kind of shy away from the parades unless we happen to get lucky, like we did one Christmas parade where we were over in Frontierland and there was an open spot. It was just wide open, and we just stepped up there, and it was great. But we struggle with watching the parades only because of this kind of craziness. People, and we've talked about before too, about how people think that, look, I'm paying a lot of money, I should be able to get the front row.
Right, unlike everybody else that's in the same boat you are.
Right. So, have a little bit of patience. Be kind to your fellow park goers. Common courtesy and kindness goes a long way. So
I can totally see the claustrophobic thing too, because until when it starts getting close to parade time and all those people start crowding in, it's like I want to step back, but you don't want to lose your spot.
Right, yeah, and especially if you're right up front or toward the front, you got people in front of you, and then you got people behind you and all around you, and if you're the least bit claustrophobic, it's gonna make you crazy. So I have a story that's somewhat similar to Rebecca's story. Now this happened when we were on our California trip. This didn't happen at Disneyland, but it did happen at Universal when we were standing in line for the backlot tour, their famed Universal backlot tour, and it was a 2-hour wait. But we thought, we're here. This is a big deal. This is kind of, the iconic ride of Universal Hollywood. And so we're gonna take our time. So we're waiting in line. And of course, it's a queue that just weaves back and forth. There's nothing exciting about their queue. But all of a sudden, this guy steps in front of us. And my wife nudges me and she says, "Well, what's going on here?" I said, "Don't worry about it. It's just one guy." Well, as we make the turn through the queue again, we zigzag back up. He brings his wife on board. So now my wife kind of elbows me again. I said, "It's only 2 people. Just relax."
Right.
Then they started bringing in their entire family.
Oh.
And there were at least 5 people now in front of us, and I was not happy.
Right, no.
I've been standing in. I had already been in that line for over an hour, and I tapped him on the shoulder, and I said, "Hey, excuse me, you can't do that." And he was French, and said, I am sorry. And he let us go in front of him. So it wasn't, we didn't get into an argument. And I wouldn't have gotten into any kind of altercation with him. But right. I just thought, look.
You wouldn't have said, be our guest.
Exactly.
Sorry. It was right there again.
Oh, come on. So I understand completely where Rebecca was coming from. You can be nice. You can say, look, watch what you're doing without being mean. And that gentleman could have very easily just been a little bit nicer to her, especially the fact she was pregnant. Come on. So can I tell you my horror story of the Disney company?
Yes, I want to hear it. And then I have another parade one from me that I just thought of.
Oh, okay. All right. Mine happened in Disneyland. And any of you parents out there that have kids that have braces or have had braces, you understand the whole deal and what a big deal it is with the retainer.
Yes, they're like gold.
They are, oh my gosh. And the problem with the retainers are they have to stay in, especially the early, right after you have braces, because if you skip a couple of weeks without braces, your teeth are going to start moving again if you skip putting that retainer in. And then you're kind of in trouble because you're going to have to go back, and they may end up having to put braces back on for a few months.
Yes.
So we were eating at the Rancho del Zocalo restaurant. Or restaurant in Disneyland. We had done California Adventure. We had a good time, and we were having dinner at this Mexican restaurant in Disneyland. Beautiful restaurant. It is a gorgeous restaurant and very good food, actually. And we were sitting out on the shaded hacienda patio, and as we were eating, my daughter had set her retainer in a napkin. Not on the napkin so she could easily see it,
right.
But wrapped it in the napkin.
So now it's hidden.
So now it looks like just a balled up napkin that needs to be thrown away. So we get done with dinner, and you can see where this is going. I scoop up all of the stuff, and I throw the food, the stuff away. And my daughter, as I come back to the table, we're sitting there, and about 2 or 3 minutes goes by as we're finishing up our drinks, and she said, "Dad, you didn't throw away that napkin, did you?" And I said, "What are you talking about? What napkin?" She said, "It had my retainer in it." So my head kind of exploded slightly. My wife, I love her so much because she tends to even me out and says, "Don't worry about it. We'll get it back." So she goes up to one of the cast members and says, "My daughter left her retainer or lost her retainer. It's in the garbage someplace. Can we look through it?" So they had gone, they looked through the garbage can right by where we were sitting, but it had already been taken away.
Uh-oh.
So now my wife goes into the back. They took her in the back, and there are probably 6 garbage bags just full of uneaten food.
Okay, so far this doesn't sound like a pleasant backstage experience.
This is not, although we didn't have to pay for the backstage experience, so maybe she got a little. No,
another free thing you can do at Disney.
It was, rummage through the garbage. It was horrible. So my wife says, "I have to go through this garbage and find my daughter's retainer." And let me tell you something. My wife, she's a trooper, and she has no fear of anything. And she could probably be on what's that one show where the guy eats anything and goes through Man versus Food.
Man versus Food.
Yeah, she could do that easily. But anyway, she goes to tear open the first bag of garbage to start going through it, and another cast member ran up and said, "No, ma'am, I'll do it."
Oh,
this person, and I wish I had his name. I wish we would have gotten his name. But he went through 3 bags of garbage and found that retainer.
Wow.
Found that retainer.
That is awesome.
And believe me, I gave him a very hefty tip for helping us out, because we were, we're all the way out in California. We had driven out there. We were a week and a half into our 3-week trip. And I thought, we're going to have to cut this trip short because we got to get her home to get a new retainer.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, those teeth are going to be shifting, and there's thousands of dollars out the window.
Yeah.
So. So yeah, it was a gross. It was one of those ooh moments.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it all turned out okay. We disinfected the retainer and soaked it in alcohol so that it got rid of all the germs, and she was good to go after that. So
That's an awesome story.
oh, not at the time.
No, but I mean, the fact that, the guy said, no, I'll take care of it for you. And, I just had to kind of guide him. That is great.
How about that? Now that's true Disney magic there. I mean, they've got some fantastic people working there, don't they?
They do, absolutely. Everybody says that all the time. It's all about the cast members.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So let's get back to the parade. So what happened at the parade?
Okay, so picture it. It was a hot July evening. Okay, I'm sorry. But it was back at the Millennium. We were at Epcot.
I slowly turned.
It was it was July, had to have been July. And it was a hot night, and we were at Epcot getting ready to watch Tapestry of Nations.
Oh, that was so nice.
Wasn't that a great parade?
Yes, it was.
One of my favorites. And we were in Norway, and we knew that a lot of the floats and the puppets and everything were high up in the air, so you didn't need to be up front. You wanted to be kind of far back. And my son was in a stroller. He was probably 4 or 5 years old.
Okay.
So we're back, probably kind of close to the entrance to the restaurant there.
Yes.
So we're not down by where the parade is at all. We're back far enough, so he has a nice clean shot from his stroller. And some NBA player, no, I'm kidding, but some really tall gentleman stands right in front of the stroller as the parade started to go by.
No.
Right in front. I was ticked. I just picked him up and put him on my shoulders so he could see. But I was like, really? All these people around here, and you had to stand in front of the kid in the stroller?
Yeah, really.
Because we were probably, 20 feet back from where the edge of the parade there.
Right. And that's a little bit of an incline, as I recall.
Yes,
anyway.
yes. And the guy was...
You had a great spot.
Yeah, we were back because we didn't want to be up front. We just wanted to be back far enough he could enjoy it from the stroller because, like we said, it was hot and it was getting late.
Oh.
Yeah.
Parades, man. Parades and fireworks.
There should be a sociological experiment involving parades and Florida heat because people just lose...
They lose their mind.
Yes. Not our listeners.
No.
Our listeners are cool and collect, but I'm just saying...
Our listeners have these horrible experiences.
Everybody else out there, we don't know what's wrong with them either. We're on your side.
We're on your side.
I'm just saying.
That's right. Oh, my goodness. I think it is. I think it's a combination of the Florida heat, the exuberant amount of money that you're spending. Is that a word, exuberant?
It is. I was going to let that one go. That was a real word.
An English major, I is not.
You speak very goodly.
Yeah, parades and fireworks, man. We try to avoid them, and for the other reasons, obviously, those are a good time to ride some of the rides without long waits. So,
yes.
Wow. We try to avoid. We've done Wishes at the Magic Kingdom, and I'll tell you, we found a nice spot. We've done it twice, and the first time we did it, we were of course on Main Street, and we were just shoulder to shoulder with everybody. It was crazy. And then the second time we did it, we were back. This was back when Mickey's Toontown was still there, and that was great. We sat on a bench and watched the fireworks. It was phenomenal because nobody was in the back of it's a different perspective. You don't get to see all the fireworks, but oh my gosh, it was very relaxing and very enjoyable. And then there's nothing better than having the cast members kind of usher you out. They push you out like you're a cat in the house that they want out of the house. Get out, go, get out. That is awesome. We appreciate those cool stories. You got any more?
I have one more.
Oh boy!
This was emailed from a friend of the show. You'll remember Chris Brown.
Yes.
He starts off by saying, "Now this is something that could have been a disaster, but similar to your situation, it all worked out in the end."
Okay.
All because of a Disney cast member.
It usually does at Disney, doesn't it?
It does. If you don't panic and you're just very pleasant, everyone will try everything they can to help you out.
Yes, they will.
All right, so here we go. Chris Brown. We had our photo pass card all week and had only one card for all of our pictures. The second to last day, I lost the card.
Oh, no.
Yeah. My wife asked one of the photographers what we could do, and they said to go to a photo shop inside one of the parks and tell them what happened. The gentleman asked us to give him an approximate day and time and place of some of the photos taken on the photo pass so he could find the pictures. When he did, I think he just pulled the number off of the photo and transferred it to another card. It sure kept us from losing a lot of vacation photos.
No kidding.
No kidding. So, they were able to find his pictures in the whole system. And then, once you have one, you got the number, and I guess they all hooked back up and they gave him a brand new card.
Wow. How about that?
I wouldn't have even thought of that, but I lost the card. I'm out of luck.
I'm out. Yeah. But that is phenomenal.
Here's a nice little handy tip he gives us at the end. It says now he takes a photo of the number on the photo pass and of their park tickets with their phones, and they email them to themselves.
That is a great tip. I was going to bring that up because they can replace even your park tickets.
Yes.
If you lose them, as long as they have those numbers. So, yeah, if you've got the ability to take a picture, email it, and that way it's always stuck in your email box, your inbox. That is a great tip.
That way, if you lose your phone, heaven forbid you lose your phone, then you can at least go somewhere and get it off your email. So that is a great tip.
Yeah, I usually just take a picture of them, but I never thought about emailing them. That is a great tip. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. And while you're at it, take a picture of your kids every day. It doesn't hurt. Just to have a picture, because, my wife would never forget. I would forget, what clothes they were wearing that day.
Right.
Just in case there was a separation,
I do the same thing. That's right.
I have to look down to see what I put on today.
I am not even going to talk about that. Oh, my goodness. We really appreciate all those stories, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Keep sending us stories. We are really interested in giving your stories out to our listeners and allowing them to learn from everybody else's experiences. So
yes, good stories or bad stories, because even the bad stories usually seem to have a good ending.
Right. Oh well, other than Rebecca.
Well, you just got to chalk that up to a cranky guy.
Yeah,
and not let it bring you down too much.
There you go. So, yeah, that's those were great stories, and hopefully some of our other listeners will get some good advice off of those. So, do we have anything else? I got something. If we don't have anything else,
nope. Your turn.
All right, I got a sweepstakes, everybody.
Woohoo!
This is, I'm trying to find sweepstakes that are not your typical sweepstakes. I know that America's Funniest Videos has a sweepstake out and stuff like. I'm trying to find sweepstakes.
You are the sweepstakes guru.
I wouldn't go that far, but
I would. Our listeners would.
I am a numbers guy. I like weighing the numbers, and that's why I can't gamble, because the numbers are so against us when we gamble. But if I find us some sweepstakes where there won't be a lot of people that are signing up to win the sweepstakes, that betters our odds of winning.
A little more obscure of a sweepstakes is what you're saying.
I am crazy like that. That's right. So this one is from All Aboard Travel, and we have it up on our website. We have it up on our Facebook page. It is a 2013 Walt Disney World prize package of 3 nights at a moderate Disney resort for 2.
Very nice.
Disney Magic Your Way 3-day tickets for 2. Plus other discounts. They don't say what those other discounts are, but I'm sure they're going to be pretty cool. The contest is open to everybody 21 years of older in the U.S. or Canada. Again, I apologize for all our folks over in the U.K. And other places. But this ends on April 3rd. And you must make your travel arrangements by May 4th. It doesn't say that the travel has to be completed by May 4th, but you'll have to at least let the folks at All Aboard Travel know what you want to do with that win. So check it out. It's on our website at ResortLoop.com or Facebook /ResortLoop. And that gives all the information for that.
Yeah, move quickly, because April 3rd is sneaking up on us here.
Yeah, it's coming up pretty quick. I'm trying to squeeze in any of these that are, time sensitive, that we're getting very close to. So
I know it doesn't feel like April. Here in Northeast Ohio, it's like 30 degrees and flurries outside. Unbelievable.
And some of our friends in Massachusetts are just getting slammed with snow and ice, and just, it's crazy. I don't know. We are close enough to Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. I may have to take a drive over there. I'm just saying.
Get in the Buick and look for that groundhog.
I got some words for that guy.
It's on.
It's on. You better believe it. And then I got one other thing before we wrap this up. I know we're going kind of long here, but I was tweeting back and forth with a good guy. Tom Henry runs a website, or is part of a website for special needs folks that want to go to Walt Disney World. And I know you know, but to let our listeners know, I have a special needs niece. And this website is phenomenal. It is a great website. It will help you plan your Disney trip with a special needs child or adult. And it's phenomenal info. It is at mouse-aid.org or .com. And check them out. It is a great website. We'll put that up on our website as a link, and our Facebook page as a link, because I was talking back and forth with him, and he said, "Hey, I've got a website for you to take a look at," and I'm looking at it, and it's got so much great information for anybody with a special needs person in their life that wants to take a Disney trip, because that can be very challenging.
Absolutely. We'll actually throw that in the show notes also, so people can find that. That'd be great.
Right. That sounds great.
Awesome.
So that's all I got for you.
Well, I think that's all I have right now as well.
And I hope we didn't go too long.
Nah, we're good. Hopefully everybody stayed with us.
Those were great stories. And again, everybody, please keep those stories coming in. Go to our Facebook page, like I said, /Resort Loop. Of course, ResortLoop.com, and our Twitters. What are our Twitters?
I'm Resort Loop Tim. That would make you.
Resort Loop Tim? No. You're Resort Loop. I'm Resort Loop Bob.
Resort Loop Bob. I'm Resort Loop Tim. Hopefully we're not making this too complicated.
I don't know who I am most of the time.
Yeah, and send us some feedback. Let us know if you're happy with the length of the show, if you want it shorter, longer, different kinds of content. We're open to anything. We're just doing this for fun.
Absolutely. Trying to get the information out there, because it's overwhelming to go on a trip to Disney World or Disneyland or anywhere in the Disney properties. We're going to have that cruise podcast up for you pretty soon. And I have just booked a Disney cruise, my friend.
Woohoo! How exciting.
So
it's your first one, right?
It's our first one. And I believe we're traveling with... who is it? Let me think. You.
Oh, hey.
Yes. Woohoo. So we may actually have to do a podcast from the ship.
I think we'll have to. I wonder if our listeners would enjoy that.
I know I'm going to.
That should be a good time. That'll probably be our first road show.
Yeah, there you go.
Awesome.
Go. Oh, it won't be a live show because we can't afford that ship to shore. Those fees.
No, we can't. that would cost quite a bit. And I heard the internet's not that great on the ship, so we'll record it. We'll play it back later, just like all the other ones.
There you go. That sounds good. So that's all I got, Tim.
All right. Well, we better sign off for the day. Thanks for joining us for ResortLoop.com. I'm Tim Scott.
I'm Bob Collar.
We'll catch you next time. Thanks, guys.
See you, everybody.
Ta-da!